Analytics is a key enabler for life sciences and healthcare organizations to create better outcomes for patients, customers, and other stakeholders in healthcare. The IBM Institute for Business Value recently released a new study titled Analytics Across the Ecosystem, a prescription for optimizing healthcare outcomes. You can download the study at ibm.co/analyticsacrosshealthcare. Here today to talk about the study is Heather Fraser. Heather is the Global Life Sciences and Healthcare Lead at the IBM Institute for Business Value. Heather, welcome to the program.
Thank you, David. I'm pleased to be here with you today.
Heather, would you give us an overview of this study and what readers can expect to learn from it?
Certainly, David. So, wherever you look in the world, there's major transformation happening in healthcare. And other parties such as governments, social agencies, life sciences companies, they're all converging along with the payers and providers to form what we're calling the healthcare ecosystem. And this convergence, along with the greater connectivity and mobility, is leading to a surge of healthcare-related data. So just imagine if this combined data could be used to drive insights and ultimately to enhance patient outcomes. The study that we did included viewpoints of 550 payers, providers, life sciences organizations from around the world.
According to what you learned in the study, what are some of the benefits of using analytics across the healthcare ecosystem for providers, payers, patients, and really anyone in life sciences?
So today, most organizations are not equipped to share the information that they have within their own walls, let alone across the entire ecosystem. Just think about what we could achieve if that information was shared across that entire ecosystem. So you could have reduced time to provide the right treatments to the patient. And this would be by matching the patient with the most appropriate doctor at the best location for their care and for their convenience. And this would be by patient segmentation. And patient segmentation can also enable the choice of the most appropriate medication for each and every patient. And then there's the enhanced patient safety and care, along with greater efficiency, operational efficiency. And this can also help to minimize fraud, clinical claims fraud. Then if we look at the life sciences companies, if we look at the pharma companies, it can help with producing better product candidates, identifying those candidates fast, and having more cost-efficient development of the new drugs and also medical devices and diagnostics. And then as you go into development, having a better match for patients in the clinical trials and tracking in real time their performance, which will allow for faster regulatory approvals. And ultimately, for the patient, this would provide, I guess, a vision of personalized and holistic care.
Those are some pretty solid benefits across the board for all the stakeholders in the healthcare ecosystem. What were some of the other major findings from this study?
The study looked at three main areas. So we looked at how companies are implementing strategies for analytics across their enterprise. And what we found there was that only 1/3 of the study's respondents said that they're looking at analytics where they can gain actionable insights from that data. What I mean by that is using advanced mathematical methods and generating insights from large data sets, and then using the right information to make the best decision for your patient. The second area was how are companies coping with data management and business process integration. And this was an area of major concern for organisations when implementing analytics projects. In particular, they highlighted three areas. The data structure, so what they said there was there's numerous data sources and formats, structured, unstructured formats. Data availability, they found difficulty in locating the relevant data to do that analysis in large enough volumes and that were of sufficient quality. And then finally, data unreliability. And so what they were saying here was that data was coming from different sources that provided inconsistent results. And also they said that data is either too incomplete, to produce a reliable analysis. And so 2/3 of organisations told us that they're really struggling to integrate the results from their analytics projects back into their business processes. And then the third area that we looked at was around peoples and skills. So what are they doing to get the right skills balance and ensuring that the organisation is in place to be supportive for their analytic projects. And so organisations, respondents of the organisations told us that they were lagging behind in recruiting staff who were equally proficient in numerate as well as in business-orientated skills. And in fact, only 39% of the analytics skills staff had skills that really translated those results back into business processes.
Heather, so far you've given us an overview of the study and who you talked with to develop the findings. You've given us some of the key findings that were in the report. What else might we find in this study?
In the executive summary that we've developed for this study, we have a number of key recommendations. They start by talking about what companies need to do within their own four walls, what they need to get right internally. And then we talk through what organisations need to do to be part of that larger ecosystem. And we provide a detailed roadmap of how to actually do this. And over and above that, we've provided a number of case studies which illustrate how organisations, life sciences, healthcare payers, and healthcare providers, how they've actually gone about doing some of the things that we are actually recommending within this survey.
Heather, I want to thank you very much for coming on and talking with us about this new study, Analytics Across the Ecosystem, a prescription for optimizing healthcare outcomes. Once again, you can download the study at ibm.co/analytics across healthcare.